I genuinely feel that Ludo brought a lot of happiness and a lot of calm to our lives at the time when things were very unpredictable. And so I feel that with every dog of mine, whoever has I've been lucky to raise. I always feel what they bring to your life and what they do to your heart. I wish we can just do half of that.
Very true.
With them.
Yes. We'll start with something, Parul, that amazed me, which was eight. I think, if I count correctly, it was 8 dogs before Ludo.
Yes.
Ludo is the 9th. Am I
Yes,
right?
yes,
Okay. So,
yes.
can you tell me what these furry friends are for you, basically?
So they are basically, it's never been like a question of having like an accessory to the house. Like I understand for a lot of people, especially who have never had pets and who see other people have pets, they somehow get dogs just sometimes to start as an accessory, that it's nice to have like
Nice to have,
a dog or a cat in the house. For us, for me personally, it was never like that. When I was very young, I knew that I was very, very fond of dogs. And I have basically not known a household. My household was never without a dog.
Without a dog.
So I was born and I basically I have grown up with dogs.
Brought up with dogs.
Brought up with dogs. So for me it was like, it's like जैसे parents हैं घर पे या grandparents हैं या siblings हैं, ऐसे dog भी है. So it was always like that. So part of the family.
Part of the family.
Kind of thing.
And when you had your own, so वो part of family थे, your family decided to get them. So when you got your own, maybe it started with Romeo or a little before that, and we'll get into that a little later. But what was it having that dog just for you? Like you decided now to have Romeo or Ludo or anyone. So was that different?
Yes, it was, because I got to choose as well.
Yeah.
So because in fact, not very long after my first dog, Crystal, he was a Pomeranian. After him, we got Dennis. He was a Dachshund and a Pom mix. So he was a mixed bred dog, and I don't know because of that or whatever, but he went on to live for 18 years.
Okay.
So I was 4 when we got him. And I very clearly remember choosing him from the litter. So my father's first cousin, he had a huge hospital, in our hometown.
Okay.
And their family was also very fond of dogs. So they had a lot of dogs.
Right.
So one of their dogs had littered about 8 puppies. So my cousin, he knew that I'm very fond of dogs. So he brought the entire litter home and he was like, you choose. So I remember I chose Dennis. And as a 4-year-old, I mean, it's amazing how I still remember that one
memory.
moment that I knew that this is my dog.
So it's, I think, called like a core memory that was found.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I remember the color of the van in which the litter was brought to us. And I remember my grandfather walking me to the, to the main gate of the house. And he said that you can choose, although he was fond of dogs, but he was not crazy about dogs. But he always was, and particularly black dogs, he was very fond of.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that's great. So we can say that having a pet runs in your family.
Yes.
So it's something that has been a part of your family. That's great. Romeo, so this dog, the story of how you got Romeo makes me think how our parents actually were really intelligent to get us to do stuff or make us do stuff. So can you tell us the story about how you got Romeo?
Yeah, so we had actually we just gotten married, me and my husband. We were living with our my in-laws. And so the mutual decision was that we will take our time before we start a family, and we just wanted to, like, ease into the new life. And the idea was to, like, slowly expand the family. But our parents were getting impatient, so they were like, that it's up 2 saal ho gaye, it's been 3 years, and when are you planning to, like, have a kid? And we were like, we will in good time. Sadly, I mean, I think a year and a half after we got married, we lost George, who was my husband's dog. He was
Okay.
a lab. We lost him, and I, of course, it was a huge setback for him as well. But for me also, it was the first time that I was in a house without a dog, and I didn't know how it works, So I used to miss George as well, and my dog also at my parents' house.
Correct.
Sadly, not very long after we lost him as well. So I used to feel like, really, I used to feel that vacuum.
That vacuum.
So I started telling my in-laws that, I need a dog. It can't work like this because I need one. And so they were like, and they very smartly turned the whole situation, in their favor. And they were like, you guys are taking forever to, start a family and give us a grandkid. So the day you announce that, that we are going to be grandparents, we'll get your dog. And I was like, okay, this is
The tables have turned.
Yes, the tables have turned, but theek hai. But not that, of course, that was a driving factor as well. But theek hai, it was
You
already.
anyway had plans.
Yeah, three and a half years had passed. And we thought that theek hai, maybe this is a good time. So when I knew that I'm going to have, my my first daughter, that's when we announced them that we are going to start a family. And then they held their end of the deal as well. So they said, okay, so now you can have a dog. We were coming back from Delhi to Chandigarh, and that's where Karnal is a very prominent spot there, for refreshments and all. We had stopped there for some coffee or something, and my father-in-law called me and he said that somebody is coming there to give you your dog. So he had arranged for somebody in Karnal or someone. He must have told a few friends or whoever. And they said that we have a lab. At Karnal, he was in a pink basket, I remember, with like a quilt. And he was really, really scared because uski basket was like changing hands. So I'm sure he was getting scared. But the moment we got him, I think I have a picture of when I held him for the first time.
Lovely.
We were in the car. I have him in my, lap, and my husband was clicking pictures.
Anything peculiar, like different, that you always found about Romeo?
So Romeo had this very weird thing that if I would lay out my workout mat or my yoga mat or whatever, if it's on the floor, he thought that it's for him.
Yeah.
So he would stretch there, and he would basically, my workout like went out of the window the moment. And he would know, even if he's in the other room, he would know that there is a mat being laid out,
With the sound and everything.
Yeah, so he would just come and he would disrupt my entire workout, and he would just, beach mein, he would just lie down or keep interrupting me. So that is something that I miss sorely, about him. And if I'm sitting on the floor, he thought that he needs to be in my lap.
Okay.
So even though he was a huge dog, but he would come and sit in my lap because he thought that मैं तो fit हो ही जाऊंगा, यहाँ कोई issue नहीं है तो, and she's sitting on the floor for me.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not for anything else. So it's for me, and it's our playtime. So
lovely. And anything about Ludo that is different?
Ludo, again, he is a different level of possessiveness, and again the Velcro behavior that we talk about, that can't leave your sight, and he gets so this is a routine. When I have to pick up kids from school, I finish my lunch, I go to the washroom, I wash my hands or whatever. He's right outside the door. He knows that now when she comes out, she's going in the car to pick up the kids.
Oh, so yeah, they are stickler for routines.
Yeah,
They know what is happening when.
absolutely.
Yeah,
And this guy starts, and it is so weird. It's not just the body language.
Yeah.
Even his facial expressions change. He has that face, that please take me with
Please
you.
take
I'm dying to like be in the car and I have to go. And then the whining will start. Then if I've crossed the hall, and he will direct me towards where his leash is.
Oh wow.
That मेरी leash निकालो, मेरे को भी जाना ही है. So matlab, that is some pressure that I feel every day. And the days when I, if I'm not feeling too well, I'm not ready to like being pulled by him. I'm like, Ludo, not today. But he would still, he would just insist. And that is actually a very, and when I leave him and go, it's so heartbreaking because I can see his face change, and he's like, you didn't take me again today.
And they are very smart. They know what face to make.
Yeah.
So that you feel that way and you do something. So they know those cues. They know our buttons, let's say it that way.
Correct. That's true.
Lovely.
Whenever an Amazon package comes, he thinks that uske andar uski treats hain. So by default, he thinks Amazon से तो कुछ आ रहा है तो वो मेरी treats ही आ रही हैं और तो कुछ they can't order. तो he will keep sniffing, smelling जब तक वो पैकेट का बिल्कुल मतलब कचुम्बर नहीं निकल जाता तब तक his nose is inside. He wants to know कि इसके अंदर क्या है. When friends come over and Bangalore weather, is so lovely in the evening sometimes that, we normally sit in the balcony.
True.
This guy will sit with us, and my balcony, because I have a lot of greens in my balcony, there's not always a lot of space. So वो चाहे चेयर के नीचे चला जाएगा या कहीं भी बैठ जाएगा, but वो fit हो जाता है balcony में. He's like, I have to be part of this, event that is happening. And he will not go. He will not come inside. He wants to be part of the thing. पहले हम बहुत resist करते थे, क्या है? And we used to be like that, go inside. And now we have stopped saying it also because we know that he will not. So he wants to be part of whatever is happening in the house. Another very beautiful thing about Ludo, and that is just, I can't we still talk about it, Nihira, me and Kapnu, so much that my sister and her husband, son, the whole family was visiting us. They are here only. They live in Bangalore only. But so they had come for like a weekend to be with us. And it was their anniversary. And we were heading out for dinner for, to celebrate their anniversary. And so we were all standing here and we requested Monica, our help, to click a picture for us. Ludo was standing with Monica when the picture was being clicked. This guy got up, came and sat where we were standing because he felt mere bina thodi wo to picture nahi ho sakta.
It's incomplete, right?
Yeah. So he thought that it is compulsory for him to be in the picture. So it was so sweet that this guy got up, he came, he turned and he sat down and he's looking at the camera.
Chalo, I'm ready now.
I'm ready. Ab khich sakte ho. Oh my God, that was so endearing. I feel that no other dog, I mean, not even Romeo, he used to be so inclusive and he used to be like, he loved to be around us, but he didn't care about, being included in picture or whatever. But yeah, he is. Good. He feels that I'm very important. I'm a very important part.
Yeah.
So
you have definitely made him feel that way. That is important. You have done that. It's a credit to you. I feel that dogs know when we need them the most. It's the other way around. They literally know that. Absolutely. And they can catch that. So have you felt that way with Ludo, with Romeo?
With Romeo, yes. Because he was very instinctive. And dogs, they have that. They can sense change of tone, change of, even facial expressions, body language, all that. Yes. So Romeo used to be very observant, of all that. And like you mentioned that, comforting, that just want their people to be comfortable, even if they're, they're sad or depressed or whatever. So Romeo used to do that. So and with me, the thing is, if I'm sad, I do burst out crying. So I and he would know that she's crying, because there is some sound, and so he would come to me, and he would try to make me feel better, or just put his his chin on my on the thigh or something. So that that way I always felt that he's very sensitive. Ludo, on the other hand, because innate nature is anxiety. His internally वो थोड़ा anxious ही है. So he gets more than the thing that I should comfort her. He gets worried.
He gets worried.
He gets worried and anxious that why is there a change of tone, and this has to stop. So his way of calming down is actually very violent. He will start like zor se paw marega, ya he will start growling
distract
also.
You,
Yeah, sometimes he growls also if I'm not okay. So he basically wants to tell me that I can't take you, breaking down. So don't do it. I hate to admit that he was very, very fond of my husband as well.
No, you hate to admit that.
Yes. Me, yes, of course. All my dogs are like extremely fond of me, but Romeo was very fond of Malhar as well. So, he was...
Yeah, they have different connects with different people in the house.
Right.
But Romeo was very connected to you, and you told me that it was a big impact for you when Romeo passed.
Yeah.
Because that is not something that you were able to handle. You still think about him.
Yes.
Even if you have Ludo with you, it's still that his memory is still fresh.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
When we first met, when we were discussing, actually, you had said that having a dog is a privilege and a necessity for you.
Yes.
So can you elaborate a little bit on that? Why do you feel that?
Because I feel that I don't think there is anything that I don't think we as their owners or their family add even 5% to their lives what they do for us. So it's, I always feel, and I always say that I didn't rescue Ludo. He rescued us.
Yes.
Because when we got him, it was COVID. He's a COVID baby. And those were dark times for all of us. There were such difficult times, people were falling sick, people were losing family, and all of that. So when we got him, it was such a breath of fresh air for us. And I was blessed that Romeo was around that time. And we used to watch both of them play. And, so that was just, in general, that was such a lovely time in such tough times. That I genuinely feel that Ludo brought a lot of happiness and a lot of calm to our lives at the time when things were very unpredictable. And so I feel that with every dog of mine, whoever has I've been lucky to raise, I always feel what they bring to your life and what they do to your heart. I wish we can just do half of that.
Very true.
With them.
Yes. It's like we say that they are a part of our life, but we are their life. They don't have anything else. Right. They don't have anything on their agenda. It's just us.
Just us.
And that's very difficult for us to do, of course, because of the way that man is and how we function.
Right.
But then, like you said, whatever we do for them, it's peanuts in front of what they are actually, and it's almost their full life that they are exactly the same with us. They don't change.
That's true.
It just gets deeper. The love gets deeper and just doesn't change.
Yeah, there's a very beautiful quote. I don't know. I could be wrong. Marley and Me. There's so I don't know if it's from that movie or some. I hear it very often that dogs, they don't have use of fancy cars, big homes, how much money you have, what kind of clothes you're wearing.
Correct.
They basically don't care.
They don't care about that.
You give them your heart, they'll give them yours. So it's just as simple as that
as
for them.
As that. Very
it's so
true.
Beautiful.
I think it's Marley and Me. I think you're right. Super. What is the story behind getting Ludo? How did you get Ludo?
So very interesting. Again, like I told you, COVID was going on, and we were all stuck in the house. Not much to do. Kids were also bored out of their wits because classes were online, and so we were like, what to do? Then just luckily it happened for us that there's a group of mothers, pet moms only,
Okay.
in our apartments.
Okay.
They were taking care of a mother who was carrying the litter, and then they went on to care for her after she delivered also.
Okay.
So they were caring for the litter as well and the mother as well. So basically feeding them and
That's nice.
making sure they're safe and all of that. So one of them was a nice friend. So she put it on the WhatsApp, on the community group, that there are 6 very healthy puppies, that we are kind of fostering. And if somebody wants to adopt, I think it's great, because their mother was not as fierce. Like she was weak also. We felt that, Ludo's mother.
Ludo's mother. Okay.
So she was okay with being people coming and, taking care of her litter and so the friend of mine, she said that, I think she'll be okay if the puppies get adopted and all that. So I heard a couple of people they were going to see these puppies. So I told her, I said, I want to come. And she said, okay, come with me. I'll go at 5ish or something to feed the mom, and you come along. So I told the girls, they were super stoked because they love dogs like me and my husband, and they were like, yes, let's go see the puppies. So when we went, and my husband that day was home only, so I told him, I said, let's go and see. He was against it. He was like, also because Romeo, a little background I'll give you. Romeo didn't know that he was a dog. He felt that he is one of the humans and these are the dogs, and he was somehow not okay with dogs. So although he was a lab, if he met a dog outside the house, he used to be not very friendly towards them. He used to be like, whatever, But so my husband was like that Romeo is not going to accept a new dog, and let's not endanger that puppy's life and not bring him. And I was like, no, I am 100% sure if the puppy is introduced inside the house, Romeo would know he's one of us. So let's just, and I said, who's to say we are picking one, let's just go and see. So we all went, and my girls quickly, they were like, that's our puppy. We are picking. So they picked the puppy up, and Malhar was like, what's happening? And we were like, hey, do you really want to say no to this face, And Malhar was like, okay. And he also loves dogs, okay? And he was immediately taken, to the whole idea. And he was like, okay, still reluctant because we didn't know how Romeo is going to be. So we told my friend that how Romeo is. And just in case he doesn't accept, then sadly we will have to return. And she said, that's fine, So we brought a dog upstairs. With me, the thing is, I am always proactive about stuff. So I messaged my vet, Romeo's vet, telling him that, doctor, can you please come home, and we are getting a puppy. So you just inspect the puppy, and jo bhi wo, early vaccinations hain, wo maybe we can do. So he was upstairs, he was waiting for us, and we were downstairs. So we got the puppy, and we were like, okay, doctor, we got a new puppy, and he's off the street, of course. So and they were not even 40 days old.
Okay.
So no vaccination, nothing had happened. So he was like, okay. So I was like, okay, he's a boy, right? Because Romeo was not neutered.
Okay.
So we didn't want to get a girl.
Right.
Because of that, we didn't want to. Otherwise, we would have loved to have a girl. And he said, no, it's a girl. And we were like, what? And he said, yeah, it's a girl. He said, what are you thinking? I mean, can't you make out that it's a girl? I was like, oh. So I think in the whole chaos downstairs, we wanted to probably pick Ludo, but we picked someone else. That dog's name is Bow Wow.
Okay.
She also got adopted later. So I called my friend. I was like, I'm so sorry. I picked up a girl and, Romeo is not neutered. So I have to come down and exchange. She said, that's fine. Then we went down, we put her down, and then we picked up this guy. Then we brought him up. And Romeo was extremely excited to see. He was like, what is this little thing? And smelling him and, all of that. So Romeo didn't display any aggressive
Aggression.
behavior, nothing. He was like, theek hai, we'll see about him types. And he went in a corner and sat on his bed. So we were like, cool, theek hai. Agar kuch initially, Romeo ko apprehensions hote to pata chal jate hain.
Right.
So we were like, chalo, that's fine then. So that's how the whole thing happened. And my husband still till that day passed, he was like, what is this? The plan was not to get a dog. You guys had just taken me ki dekh ke aate hain.
So so that means in the last years of Romeo, you already had Ludo.
Yes.
And I have seen how old was Romeo at that time?
Romeo was, I think, 8.5.
Okay.
Maybe 8
So
and a half.
quite
yes.
old.
Yeah.
Reaching that old age.
Yes.
And he
Yes,
passed
8 and a
when?
half.
What was the age?
He was 9 years, 4 months old.
Okay, so a year in a way.
One full year.
one
I think
full
they
year.
spent together.
So Ludo's dynamic with the family, if you can tell about that, and especially with each one of you, what is the difference? How is it?
So he is 4 now, touch wood, but he's still like a little baby only, I feel. He doesn't know that he's 4. He's still very, very playful, very kiddish. Little things trigger him. And, he's generally a very happy, loving dog. I think his favorite part of the day is when people come home, like especially us, like if we are out and we are home. He is so happy that, they're back and, he's not abandoned. He somehow feels that, initially तो he definitely used to feel कि ये मुझे अपने घर में abandon करके कहीं चले जाएंगे. So that feeling he always had. I feel that the help that we have, the girl that lives with us, she helps us out. She is a huge support, in raising Ludo, because for him, if it's not us, she is a necessity. So if we are not around, he needs her for sure.
Right.
So when she goes home, I can't plan travel at all. So because can't leave him like with a new person also. So with all of us, he shares a very special relationship. With Mihira Kabnoor, my daughters, it's very playful. That like they're my sisters kind of thing. So they would like, if they're dancing here or they are on their scooter, he would want to like bite their ankles or bite their toes just to be playful.
Get their attention.
Get their attention. With me, he is like, he's always like, you can't go anywhere. You have to stay at home only. And you have to be in like my vicinity at all times. With my husband, it's like, because he travels and, if he's home, after his work, and this guy is like, I'm so glad that you're back, I've missed you and you are my favorite. So he plays it like that with him. That, I was miserable without you. So I'm glad that you're back. And I think my husband is the only person that this guy is a little scared of. Little, not too much.
Does Ludo know that you're going on a vacation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he knows, because the moment our luggage is out, like suitcases are being cleaned.
She's connected that too.
Yes, he knows. And again, that face, that, of deceive and, that he's like, why are you going, and sometimes I feel there are times when especially when kids have holidays and they have rather longer holidays. So if I want to plan travel back to back, it's a real challenge.
Correct.
So if like I've gone for 10-12 days, I make sure that I come back for at least 2 weeks. And then if I want to go somewhere, then I plan again, if at all I have to. Because back to back, if I'm traveling, this guy abandons me after that. And for him to do that, it's a big deal, because he's always around. And there was once, we came back from a holiday. This guy did not come to my room for I think 3-4 days.
He was upset.
He was upset. He was just with Monica in his room, in her room, on her bed.
Oh,
He basically abandoned me for 3-4 days.
he was very upset then.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm sorry, yaar, but there are times when I have to go. I'm sorry.
to do it.
So what I started doing was started relating it to like conditioning it with like positive behavior in the sense that
Kind of a positive reinforcement.
yeah, connecting it with treats or a ride,
or
in
a
the
ride,
car
yes.
or something like that.
So he likes car rides.
Yeah, he loves car rides. Loves car rides. So started telling him that when I'm back, I'll give you this or I'll bring you a toy. So anybody who goes from home for a trip, it's a mandatory thing to bring Ludo a toy. It has to happen.
So we'll talk about Ludo a little bit. Yes.
Yeah.
So who loves Ludo the most?
Me.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Mostly family.
Mm-hmm.
We love Ludo the most.
Mm-hmm. You all love Ludo. The most.
Yeah, we all love Ludo.
And what do you love about Ludo?
We love about Ludo is like when my dad he tries to fake hitting my mom and then he comes and barks at my dad.
You like that?
It feels like he is kind of like protecting my mom. But if my dad does it to any of me or my sister, he doesn't care. I guess. Well, no, but the thing is that if we come back after a long time, like I came back from a school trip or something, he would just spend time with me and sit with me for a good day. After that, he's like, okay, she's home, so I'll go back to mama.
So he missed you.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. He always just follows mama around. Like he never just follows
He's
us.
mama's boy.
Yeah.
That's
And when
good.
when our mom is trying to pick us up from school, he said he like wants to come in the car.
He loves car rides, no?
Yeah, car rides.
Lovely. And what do you feel when he's there to pick you up?
Like, I feel first of all, the first thing that our mom never tells us that he is gonna come and pick us up.
Yeah, it's a surprise.
Yeah, it's a surprise. But sometimes we kind of feel sad because Ludo doesn't come in the car with our mom.
Okay, and when he's there in the car, when you see him that he has come to pick you up, then what do you feel?
I feel like I feel happy.
Very happy?
Yeah.
Good. And so we'll go one by one, okay? So what do you like doing with Ludo? What kind of play?
There's this thing that happens like sometimes after school he's like in the mood to play, so I sometimes like sit down with him like scratch his stomach or something. Then he brings me his toys and then he also does this thing where he has something of ours that we don't like, that we don't want him to chew. Like he has these rubber bands that we have, he always loves to chew them, so he shows it to us. He's like, look, I have it.
Yeah.
So then he wants us to chase him around, and sometimes I kind of interpret that he wants to have treats most of the time.
Right.
So he then he knows that we mostly bribe him to, like, we give him the treat, we pick it up, we put it on the table, and then he goes looking for the thing.
So he likes the game.
Yeah, he likes it.
Lovely.
He mostly likes us to play with him, like, see, I have a toy and I know it's yours, but so he just shows us the toy and then we have to run around with him.
So does he play fetch with anyone?
Yeah, we all play fetch with him.
Okay. And what kind of treats does he like?
He like chip chops or like those chicken treats.
Chicken treats.
Yeah, chicken treats.
Nice. That's great. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing about Ludo.